I don't even think anybody even had no strap on them at our
Nah,
games that we
you
played back
shouldn't
in the
be
day,
at a
dog.
youth game with a gun. First of all, most of the time these are held at middle
In
schools or
school.
another high school. So
Yeah.
you ain't supposed to have no gun on campus, no way. You got all these kids around, so therefore you definitely shouldn't have a gun. Then, because something can happen, you accidentally hit a child or something like that. So you definitely don't want it to happen that way. So it shouldn't ever be a situation where somebody got to bring a gun.
Welcome to the Supremely Black Podcast, man. This is your boy D Rose, man. Appreciate you all for tapping in. How's everything going over there with your Flake?
Man, everything all good. Can't complain, man. Can't complain at all. Everything going great, man. Waiting on the next film festival drop. So we'll see if we should know something soon on the next one and see if we got into another film festival. So I'm excited and can't wait for that.
Okay, bet that's dope. That's dope. That's dope, man. So that's something that they do every year, or is it just a special event? So that's something they do every
Yeah, I
year.
mean you got multiple film festivals every year, so you can enter in as much as your money can afford to get in them. Uh, and so yeah, they got different. This one to be basically based out of mainly based out of Nashville that we waiting on right now.
Oh, okay, bet.
So yeah, there's a lot of cities that have them. So you just the much as you can afford to put them in, you can put yours in film festivals and get nominated and stuff. So I put mine in like 4 or 5.
Okay, bet. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. But yeah, everything good on my end, man. Just pushing, keeping everything going. Uh, what was it? It's damn near football season, man. I actually had on a lot of note I had checked out looking at our high school team. Somebody was recording on live on Facebook Live, man, and I don't know if you see it, Flake, but it just to me, maybe I'm just getting older. It don't seem like them young cats really just give a damn about sports no more like they used to, man. Like even the fans don't even seem the same. It's like it used to be like packed out and everybody cheering and school spirit. It just kind of seemed like, of course, the parents there, but it just didn't have that same feel, man. What you see, I know you rough a lot, so
I ain't far as our hometown team, I ain't seen them, but I heard somebody talk about them, and they were just saying them boys like they got talent, but they don't want to be hitting like they used to. It's like they ain't out there sticking like our hometown used to be sticking. So I don't know. They got a new coach, so let's see how they work out. See how they go. Far as the fans go, I mean, being up here in the bigger city, I mean, it's different. So when I got to go to a small town, it's gonna be packed out. So there's certain areas I'm gonna go is gonna be packed out. There's certain schools when you come to Nashville or Murfreesboro or something like that. Some schools they ain't finna be packed out. It just ain't finna happen. But you got your certain schools that is like all the private schools. It's gonna be packed out every Friday. They're gonna have their student body area. It's gonna be packed out. But then I ain't gonna name other schools, but some other schools where we pretty much ain't even got wire radios. It's like I remember refereeing a game 2 years ago where we literally said, "Don't talk too loud because they can hear everything we saying." I literally turn around, look at the home crowd. It wasn't even a parent for each player. It lives like 24, 25 parents in the stands.
he was in a
Literally.
Glencliff game, wasn't
Huh?
he? He must have been at a Glencliff game, wasn't
I ain't naming no schools. I'm just saying in general. There's gonna be some schools, it's gonna be packed out. There's
he?
gonna be some schools where it ain't. And to me, it's kind of sad because it's
Yeah.
like I'm come from an area where Friday nights, man, it's gonna be packed out. You gonna come support, and I get sad sometimes. I'm like, y'all ain't even come support your own kids. Like, so when we went, there was 25, 30. Some of them was band parents. So all of
Yeah.
them wasn't even football parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy to me, man. Because it's like, then it's always those schools that don't have support. It's gonna always be, especially in the big city. It's gonna be some. I ain't gonna say a no name, but a kid that doesn't have a lot of people in the stands. That there's gonna be a recruit that's seen him at a college camp, and he gonna make it to the league, and he gonna remember being able to turn around and there was only 20 people. Like
Right.
as you, like that's crazy. I feel like if I ever have kids, I'm gonna be in the stands to support them. Like somebody gonna be there, at least one parent per child. Like, damn, you feel me? But it's
Man.
for it to be as quiet enough that y'all got to send text messages so they don't interfere with what y'all saying. Like, come on, dog.
I mean, it literally
That's
was that bad. Like we had a
that's
penalty. We just ran it into each other. Like we did not get on the radio because they be like, they'd be able to hear you talking over the radio. We just ran it in talking to each other. Like
that's
it was
crazy.
that bad.
Yeah,
It
I
was
gotta
almost
def
like going to a middle school game or something.
yeah, and so coming from where we from, like even them pack, like
Yeah,
that's
even them
bringing
packed
out
out.
everybody. Like I've never seen, like I guess I gotta, I haven't, I've rolled by some games down here, but I gotta definitely check out some of the bigger schools this year and check out, see what it's like, see if it's the same field because they got some
I
heavy hitters
mean,
down here, so I
yeah,
gotta
you
check them
down
out.
there in Texas, they got college stadiums down there for their high school.
Yeah, damn near. I ride past some of them. I'm like, man, boy, this is the size of some colleges in Tennessee, Stadium.
Yeah,
Yeah, for real. Probably got more revenue than them. To be real with you, just how
yeah.
Texas look at it, man. But that transition into our actual topic that we will be holding you all along. But first and foremost, our thoughts and prayers goes out to Mike Hickman, which is a youth football coach that was killed on the football field in the Dallas Fort Worth area, actually in Lancaster, at a Pee Wee football game. Man, this caught national news because Akeem Talib, which is a former NFL player, his brother is allegedly the guy that had shot him based off of a disagreement. The reason why I want to discuss this because of course it's football time, but this is a horrific accident or incident is because you got to think like a lot of us use sports to get out of the hood, but when you see something this traumatic happens, this has a huge impact on the youth. And I mean, Flake can be able to speak to this well because he's a referee, but like I've been to some games, and of course, we'll both share our experiences, dog. But has it gotten to that point to where this is the new normal, or is this just something that finally got highlighted because it was a big football player that was involved?
It's kind of like the new normal. I said something last year that basically was pretty much saying that parents and adults are ruining youth sports. I'm not even gonna just say football, youth sports. Because a lot of people blame the refs. They're like, we can get better refs and da 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 this, da 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 that. I'm like, nah, it's a lot of parents and coaches and things like that that ruin youth sports. And what happens in these situations a lot of times is social media. They get on social media and leading up to their game, they be talking. I'm talking about big boy shit. We gonna do this to you. We gonna do that to you. These ain't the kids. These the coaches. Before you even get there, and then when game time come, and if somebody running up the score or talking crazy before the game start, I got they kids doing a chant. They don't take it like the kids is out there doing a chant. So the kids they going against don't take it personal, but the other coach might take it personal. Like, where the babies at? What they gonna say when we hit them all? Ooh, where my mama? The coach is taking it personal, and the coach will be like, you hear what they saying over there? And the other little kids they playing against, they ain't even paying no attention. They like, man, whatever. Like we just trying to play the game. You know what I mean? So a lot of it happens because it's stirred up during the week on social media, Instagram, Facebook, or whatever. Hope they talking crap the entire week, and then when it comes Saturday, when it's time to play, and something happened, it's already hit a level that it don't need to be at.
Yeah, man. Because just thinking back on it, I dated somebody that had a son that played, and I remember, being in the area, and I won't mention out no areas. I mean, if you're from the Ville, that where I'm talking about, the areas or whatever. But I know it's been times where it's like, if you come to this game, make sure you got, your little partner with you. And I'm just like, is it like that? She was like, yeah, it'd be like that at certain areas, depending on where you at in the city. I thought it was crazy. Keep in mind, this was, man, I ain't living to this. Been 6, 7 years ago. You feel me? So it's like you had to come to a regular ass Pee Wee game. You thinking, but strapped because you don't know if they gonna get the pistol playing because the parents arguing, shooting
Right.
at the rail. It don't even matter. But it's like this was 7 years ago. Now we get to a point where I've never seen anybody actually get killed. Now, have I been in areas to where there were shootings after Pee Wee game? Absolutely. Have I been in areas where shooting after a football game? High school, absolutely. But again, it's never the kids that are on the field. it's always the crowd. But when you get to a point where it's 12 and under, 9 and under, like, come on, bro. Like, what? How could y'all have took it to that point to where you killed this man in front of his son, dog? Like, him and his son was walking to get the game ball, and allegedly one of the coaches grabbed the game ball, punted it, and that's what started the situation. Y'all are allegedly jumping him, and he ends up getting killed in front of his son. But then think about all the other people that witnessed the murder. Like, how are those kids supposed to feel? Like, how
Right.
are they gonna feel now? Do they want to play the sport? Do they feel like they have to be a killer? How does his son feel? You know what I'm saying? Like, it can't be that serious, man. Like,
It's never that serious. Because I tell coaches all the time, I tell coaches and parents all the time, y'all take it super serious. Your kid gonna play this baseball, basketball, football game. Go home and go play Call of Duty. You might be still mad about the game. They ain't even mad about it no more. They at the crib on the headset with their friends for the weekend playing Call of Duty. Listen, they ain't playing Madden, playing 2K. You taking it more serious than they even taking it, you know. Like I said, one of my other statements also is the Vanderbilt coach ain't out here, the Tennessee Titans out here, Tennessee Vols ain't out here. These kids 12 years old. They ain't out here to recruit your child. Like, why is we doing this? Like, they not getting signed to USC tomorrow for this good for this Pee Wee football game on a Saturday at 2:30. Like, it's not gonna happen. And I know what area you talking about. And I've been in those areas refereeing games, and and I it's been a lot of talking, a lot of shit talking, but nothing never popped off. Like
yeah.
what I seen in the area where I wouldn't think it would happen at, where we can no longer have junior pro football games at, where then nobody died, but a parent did shoot a coach, shot him in the leg, shot him in the leg, shot the coach in the leg because he thought his son should get more playing time, which caused a big argument, and he ended up shooting him in the leg. Now we can't have no junior pro games at this stadium because of that. And the crazy part is the kid daddy just got out of jail. That was like his first game watching him play. I'm like, so you just got out of jail. Now you about to go back. Now he happy his dad ain't been to no games. Now he happy his daddy at a game for you to go right back to jail over something stupid like playing time.
So the crazy part about it is, like, you as a son, you ready for your dad to come to a game and check you out, especially if he been caught up in the system, and this nigga get out and do the fool. Like, he does the fool. Like,
Niggas gonna need.
yeah, that's it, bro. And then I don't care how much you try to refrain from it. Some shit is just nigga shit. Like, that's just what it is, man. But it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't. So what? Like, like, of course, I know back home there was cats that was betting on the games. So
Right.
that was really pushing a lot of the whole. They got your son out here, damn near doing 2 days. They want to pick him up from school and have him outside practicing already because they put some bread on the game. So do you think that it's coming from betting of the games? Do you think it's parents that weren't as good or don't feel as if they achieved their dreams in athletics, and now they're pushing it upon their kids, so it's taking the fun really away from the kid because they grow up and I don't even want to play no more because I'm only really following my mom or daddy dreams? Like, what do you think is really just pushing that though? Because it's like, you see it from a different perspective. One, you have kids, but then of course you're a ref, so it's like they taking it so serious for what? Like, shooting
I
over
think
playing time is like, that's normal.
I think a lot of it's going to be a mixture of things. I think I run to parents also that's living their dreams through their child. Our child gonna get us out of the situation we in. So they got them out there working extra hard all day long, this, that, and the other. Betting is also involved with it, but most time with the betting, the referees get more sweat from the dudes that's betting, really. But you'll hear about that, and that's happening. And it be coaches betting on games too. So I mean, I've seen that where they betting on games. You got uncles coming to the game, they betting with each other. But usually Those guys a little bit more tame, somewhat, unless you get to talking extra greasy. You know, you pay your money, or you not gonna pay them, and then that's when it get crazy with them. But far as like tagging of officials, tagging of coaches, most time it's parents living out their child, trying to be there. You had your time to play. Now you trying to make your child be you and play. Now I play running back, so my child play running back. I play wide receiver, so my child play wide receiver. Like your child is completely different than who you are. So they try to make them, you know, I'm trying to get the best education for my child, but that's not gonna happen at the junior Pee Wee football games. It's not gonna happen. It can happen at the AAU basketball games, but we seeing folks getting attacked at AAU games where we ain't hit that level yet. We talking about 10, 11-year-olds. Okay, they not Duke is not out there trying to recruit your 11-year-old, your 10-year-old child. Like it's not gonna happen. You even see it in travel baseball too, which don't get talked about a lot, but you see it in travel baseball too, where it be situations like that. And you know, when I go to these games, I can pretty much pick out the scouts, and it be scouts every once in a while, but 85% of the time, ain't no scouts gonna be there. Not for no youth football, baseball, basketball game. It just ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah. Like yo, honestly, to even hear them to even commit early, we're still shocked by that, and that's with all the social media and everything that comes
And
with it.
them
So
don't
it's
even
not.
be real commitments.
Yeah, it's just a verbal, like, hey, it's really, I got my name buzzing. What it comes out to, like, we don't really see it as often, but you'll find out that somebody within the camp or within the school actually knows their parents. So they really just getting them some attention early
Right.
to say, like, there's nothing a 13-year-old can do with a commitment, like, nothing.
Ain't nothing 13 can do with University of Alabama, Clemson, something like that. They just basically, we know you, all right, he committing to us. He just saying it. Hell, my dog do cheerleading. Well, I can make an announcement tomorrow, say she committing to the cheerleading at Duke or something like that. Man, that don't mean nothing. And
Right,
like you
yeah,
said, sometimes you find out when you get to digging that it's somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
yeah.
And you know, they'll put it out there for this person, for this kid to get some more looks or whatnot.
Yeah, just a little bug out there, man. Oh, yeah, because it was crazy, man. I had seen it, and I was like, my heart goes out to him because, being down here in the Texas area, a few people that are, I know a few people that are in the Dallas area. Say, the Mike guy wasn't no gangster, just real deal, football dad trying to, his son is apparently very good, so he's been around the world, traveling, playing football and stuff like that. But it just comes down to like an unfortunate situation to where something that they both loved near and dear is what took his life. You know what I'm saying? So we get to a point where it's like, when is it enough? Like I mean, now we can't even
It's
be at a damn football game without killing each other. Like I get it in the hood. There's gonna be stuff that you do. I don't get the whole, not to get into that rabbit hole, but it's like, of course, it's gonna be stuff. But I mean, damn, back in the day, man, the most we heard was arguing. I don't even think anybody even had no strap on them at our
Nah,
games that we
you
played back
shouldn't
in the
be
day,
at a
dog.
youth game with a gun. First of all, most of the time these are held at middle
In
schools or another
school,
high school. So
yeah,
you ain't supposed to have no gun on campus, no way. You got all these kids around, so therefore you definitely shouldn't have a gun. Then because something can happen, you accidentally hit a child or something like that. So you definitely don't want it to happen that way. So it shouldn't ever be a situation where somebody got to bring a gun to a game. But I mean, with recent attacks on officials, it's some officials that I know they carrying their gun with them. They carry their gun with them to the games because it's like I just never know when something gonna pop off. Like I'm out here to do a job, go home because you don't agree with a call I made. Now all of a sudden you want to attack me or jump on me or whatever. We seen the videos from AAU games and other football games where people in the stands and fans and coaches jumping on officials for doing our job. How about this? How about when we have these official meetings? How about you go to one and you can see what we officiate and this, that, and the other? You gotta come official, but like I do high school, when we have our state meeting, it don't be a lot of coaches in there. But the high school coaches, college coach, you really ain't got no issue with, because then we can get you with the money. Like if you got an issue with a high school coach, college coach, something like that, you would get fined and they taking money out your paycheck. But even with these junior Pee Wee teams, some of these official organizations get to know who your head official is, and then talk to them like, hey, when y'all having y'all next meeting, I just like to come out there and just observe like what y'all looking at, what y'all go over, this, that, another. You just don't put on stripes and go out there and just officiate. Now it's a process. Like we watch, just like a coach, we watching film, we watching tape, we watching games, we officiate. So therefore, we trying to make ourselves get better. We got a rule book that's about this thick that we read. Matter of fact, I got 3 but they send out 3 books every year. 3 books that we gotta go in, have meetings on, know our stuff, be on top of it, and then you can see what we looking at and why we call what we call. You know what I mean? And like for coaches just ain't getting off the couch to be, well, some of them do, but but
The good ones ain't. Yeah.
yeah, the good ones ain't. Your good coach, he watching film, he volunteering his time, he getting up, he taking kids, picking up kids from practice, taking them home, picking up from games. It's a lot of volunteer work in there. So, like these coaches, these people taking this time out, these officials and stuff like that need to be respected. We just need the fans just to cheer as loud as you can, be encouraging as much as you can, not cause no type of strife, nothing like that. And they go for them coaches too. I know coaches like to be combative. I know they like want to be competitive. I know, people used to play football and it's still in you, but man, y'all can talk smack, but some of that stuff get disrespectful. Like I'm in some of these groups on social media. I don't ever say nothing. I just sit back and watch. And they be real disrespectful sometimes. It's like, bro, it's not that serious. Like, all you getting is bragging rights. That's it. Like, you're not getting no Super Bowl ring. You're not getting no check for $50,000 if you win this game. Like, you just bragging. That's it.
Yeah,
I
it
I
just
don't
say.
get it.
Yeah, I think it's just gotten to a point, man. It's like if this is where the direction is going, you're going to start to see more kids that don't want to even participate in the sports because the pressure that's going home with it. But then when you see this, like I wouldn't know how I would react if I was anybody that's seen a coach get killed on the football field, and this is something that you love to do. Like you get honestly when you play sports, when you from those environments, that's your getaway. Like that's your safe space. It's like I know
Right.
for a fact if I come from a domestic household, if I come from a rough environment, at this particular point, if I have some frustration, I could take it out on this field.
Yeah.
I could get away from the drug dealing, the killing, stealing, my mom and daddy arguing at the house. I can get away from all that
You
within
got
this
two
these
hours. You
four
got two
pools. Yeah,
hours to get away from
just
that.
to get away from it. Like that could be some people's only peace. And you know what I'm saying? Some of them young kids, and you coming from the inner city, and we all know how it is. It's like now that's been destroyed because one of their very moments that they love is they seen that they coach, you know what I'm saying, get killed. Like coaches are mentors. Coaches are, dads that are
Right.
participating in their kids' life. Even if they don't even have kids, coaches are looked at as like big brothers. You know what I'm saying? Uncles in some senses, depending on, your situation. But it's like if we're at a point where we can't even just enjoy the sport for some little kids actually getting off their damn tablets and Xboxes and PS5s to go play a game because we still want to chase our dreams and think that this is the next Pat Mahomes or Derrick Henry, Avery Williamson, LeBron James, like whoever. Like let them grow up to make the decision to say
Right.
this is what's going on. Because like now, if your son happen to be the top dog, guess what? He's always gonna get tainted with. His daddy killed somebody on the field. That's it. Like he
And you,
can't
and you know
lie
how
and
they
say that.
and you know how they do with the draft. You know how they do
Yeah,
when somebody
bro,
get
that's going to
drafted.
be the first thing. Like, hey, remember the guy and D Rose, he's been great ever since he was 9. And one of those horrific accidents. Oh God, my prayer goes out to the family. I really hate that. But his dad killed somebody on the field. He was able to get through all of that though, Jack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now it turns
Yeah.
into like, that's one red flag. I mean, he was around some killers. They were some steppers. He's great at running football though. He's won 2 back-to-back state championships. Knows how to read the defense. But don't forget, he got
He
them
might have an
killers.
attitude problem. He might got an attitude problem. The environment he come from. And then when you get to college, then the coach is like, what you doing when you go home for the summer? You want to stay around campus? I got somewhere for you to stay. They don't even want you to go back home.
You can come to the crib with me, bro. And you know, and the other sad part about this, dog, and we saying this, and we're not saying it to make light of the situation. Is the reason why I even even pivoted into that is because with Talib, like Akeem, like he used to play for the Broncos, he's played for the Raiders, he's played all over the NFL, could potentially be a Hall of Famer. But you know for a fact, just because they alleged and said that it was his brother, and there's some other stuff coming out that he may have been the one that started the altercation. The only reason why he was so quick to get blamed is because of how he handled himself on the professional stage as well. Like if there'd have been something that's just like, hey, we don't really know what's going on, but the fact that you could mention his name and automatically think this is what's going on,
Well, he
that's
got
the rap
a
you get.
he's supposed to be one of the analysts on NFL Prime for Thursday night with Amazon. You know, Amazon taking over Thursday night football.
Yeah.
So he supposed to be one of the analysts on that show. His lawyer had to come out and say, hey, we ain't had nothing to do with this because he potentially could have lost his job. They could be like, hey, we don't want that around here. So we don't want that problem, even though it was your brother. But his lawyer had to come out and be like, hey, he ain't had nothing to do with this. He was out the way. Like, and it's a shame that he had to come out and do that just to protect the job that he just got.
And here go the crazy part about it, man. Of course, this is all alleged because I'm just tapping in with people, seeing what's really going on with it. Uh, Apparently, there's a video that is about to circulate based off of that issue. Of what you're talking about. This is how deep it gets. That's why I say we don't have time to really be hating on ourselves, and it ain't about our people. It's just being tapped in with your kind. It's some evil people out here, bro. There's apparently whether it's true or not, we don't know. That's up to the judge to deal with in the courts. But there's allegedly a video that's going to be coming out that shows that he was the one that Akeem was the one that threw the first punch that started everything, and that he was only a little bit away from his brother when allegedly everything had occurred. So it wasn't like he was away from it. So that's what I'm
Right.
saying. And it's and it the bad part about it is that we're sitting here discussing something because of course you have the experience of being a ref and I'm just being a fan that has been called and like, hey, make sure you come with X, Y, and Z because anything could happen. But then we get to this is where somebody that had a pretty good NFL career, of course, he had his back and forth, and of course his, they say his background was that he one of them real ones that made it up out the trenches
And
and
about
made
the
it to the
mud.
league.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got to respect that. But it's like you got an Amazon analyst job, you doing what you do, but then now you got the community that's looking at you like this is the image that y'all have always given to us,
Right.
but this is what you want to put on for them because this is who gives you the big bag, and you just come over here and feel like you could just do nigga shit. And they said there's a video that's actually about to come out that's gonna
Yeah.
say X,
And
Y, and Z.
I'm pretty sure he's taking up for his brother and
Of
we're
course,
gonna fight
who
it
wouldn't?
out. And
Like
this
who
ain't gonna
wouldn't?
be and this ain't gonna be nothing. We'll fight, it ain't gonna be nothing. He pull out the gun like, nigga, what is you doing?
Yeah, it's too late for that. Because how fast that happened, ain't no way. But they said they already knew he had the gun on him. That's been spoke about.
Oh, okay,
Everybody has said
well,
that. Yeah, they said the brother Ben he got into it with the ref and was like he was brandishing the firearm then, not like showing it, but like letting them know like this is what we got going on. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
care what call a ref make. That should
It ain't that
never
deep. It ain't that
it
deep,
ain't
dog.
that deep, bro. Like
Yeah,
one,
because
first of all, refs ain't getting paid that much to be out there in 90, 95-degree weather doing it. You don't have, if you want your game to be refereed properly, you need anywhere from 7, 8 officials doing a game. You most of the time when you out there doing youth football, you got 3 officials out there looking at the 22 kids. Some stuff gonna be missed.
I mean, but check this out though, bro. These are kids. What would if you had 8 referees? Do you know how much stuff that y'all could find that y'all could call? It wouldn't even be a
But
football game. It'd be
it
whistles blown the whole time, dog.
bro, no matter what level you go to officiate, basketball, football, it could be a call every single play. And then you're gonna be mad and folks be yelling, let the kids
Let
play,
them play.
let
Yeah,
them play. But literally, even in the NFL level, it can be a call every single play.
yeah.
But it's all about managing the game. You don't If somebody had a car accident and it's a fender bender, they don't knock off any paint, it don't scuff nothing. Y'all just gonna look at each other, be a little bit more careful next time, and you're gonna drive off. You're not gonna get the insurance involved. But
Yeah.
that's how it be as an official some games. You see some stuff, but it's like that's a fender bender. It ain't gonna do nothing to affect this play. Why should I make that call? But a fan up there don't understand that and be like, why you ain't making a call? Why you ain't it's like, bro, it literally is gonna mess up everything we got going. The floor of the game is wouldn't affect it nothing, so it don't matter. But you want to get the car crashes. Now, if you get the one where it's them been blown up and it's flagrant, it's affecting the play, you want to get that call. That's what you want to get. You don't want to deal with a receiver and a corner over here doing a little chicken fight back and forth, and the play went all the way to the other side of the field. I'm just gonna come talk to y'all. Like, why I wouldn't throw a flag for it. What y'all doing over here ain't got nothing to do with the other 20 players and what they got going on way on the other side of the field. But people don't understand it. Just like people don't understand coaches. Like the one I told you about, kid didn't get no game time. Well, you ain't been to practice. Lil Devon ain't been playing his hardest at practice. He been playing around. He been joking off. He don't know his plays. That's why your kid ain't getting no playing time. If I put him out there right now and we got a close game, he don't know his plays. I don't know if he's gonna play hard because he ain't been playing hard at practice. He ain't doing that. But then you want to get mad. And then you want to shoot somebody. I want to fight somebody because your kid only got 5 minutes of playing time. Well, if you work with him at home, I tell him when he come to practice, I need him to pay attention. He got the potential to get more player time than that. But you can't tell a parent that because they think Lil Devon doing his best at practice every day because he come home sweaty and stinking. But you don't know he's sweaty and stinking because while he was over here running plays, he was doing cartwheels. You see what I'm saying? Like,
It's like, yeah, it's crazy, man. Like I never would have thought that that would be something that we would, see. I mean, of course we've heard about it, but man, to the point where that was very, very like that could have been kids that was hit, other people that was hit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
What he shot
to the
5 times?
yeah, bro. Like real deal. Like you'd have thought that that was not to even say that this word should be happening, but you'd have thought that was like in the hood or outside the club with some grown folks, like just
He
no
shot him
kids
five
around.
times. You got to think that man done hurt his sister, his mama. You think he put hands, stole $1 million from him,
You
something,
bringing them in
something.
your house trying to rob you.
Yeah, you. Yeah,
Like
that's
this
what
ain't
that's
no.
what you
Let me
think.
just hit you once and you get up off me because I feel like I'm defending myself. You're
No,
fine. Like I'm gonna get you up out of here over a football game in front of your son and the rest of these kids and parents.
it's not gonna.
And then
I
just to count. Yeah, and another thing about it, I was looking into it is that apparently the Lancaster Police Department wasn't fully investigating it. They had marked it off as just like a regular old folks activities, gang, street shit, and went on about their business. And wasn't even really gonna do no investigate. Like it
wow.
is what it is. Types of stuff. Like it like there was some arguments prior to. They end up leaving. Once they left, it turned up the whole scene, and this is what happened. And then they just kind of was like brushing it off and letting it be what it is. And of course, again, you have $1 million brother that has played in the league that has showed that he really liked it on the field, and talk, and it comes back to it was getting covered up because of who his brother. It's all going to go back to the most successful person in the area, no matter
Yeah,
what the situation is, and he
and
and
that's
he
the
could
crazy
have
part.
nothing to do with it. It's
Nothing to
just
do with it.
he is the most successful black person in the area. So it's either one side is going to say it's getting covered up because of his status. The other side is going to say he's always been this way. He's always been to throw his weight around amongst us. And then the other side is going to say, but hey, let him speak Thursday as an analyst. And then there's going to be other people that say, no, he shouldn't be speaking Thursday because of this. It's like we put ourselves in these predicaments because we supposed, stay away from just, doing stuff that's going to taint who you
Dumb
are.
shit.
Like dumb shit, man. Like put on for your people, do what you do. But man, ain't no way, bro. I'm not messing up my bag and what I could actually push forward for the community, dog. I'm just not. Not that I'm not going to protect myself, because by all means, that's always going to be the goal. But it's not going to be in no youth game, dog. Like, we just have
Yeah,
to be honest and just call a spade a spade. Like, this shit sounds ridiculous that we talking about this.
sounds
Like,
ridiculous.
crazy.
And the other side of it, don't get no shake either, because I've done baseball games with travel teams,
Oh yeah.
and white coaches mad because little Johnny got recruited. Now he playing for the other team, and they cussing each other out, fighting in the parking lot. I've seen that before too.
Oh,
Like,
to be honest with you, growing up where I grew up at, that was actually the first time I seen Pee Wee violence, because we had YMCA football, so it wasn't the whole hood politics like it would be if we went somewhere else. Travel baseball in Milan, that was where I seen coaches get into it, fight, the game
yeah,
end, and all types. Like, I've never seen it
I
amongst
I,
us, to
I
be
had
honest with
to I had to stop parents from fighting at travel baseball
you. Yeah,
games, and
yeah,
I'm like, bro, look, if y'all can't chill out, we finna call the game. And that
all
was
the
the only way they
game.
was like, well, they told me to shut up. Like, seriously,
Yeah.
this is what we do. Y'all grown as hell. This is what
Like
we
they,
doing. Y'all about to
yeah,
fight because of that.
shut up,
I've
shut
seen
up.
husbands go with other men's wives. I've seen wives go with other women's husbands. I've seen husbands going at it. I've seen two women, two wives going at it. Mothers of kids, they going like it's. And sometimes I ain't gonna lie. When it comes to that trap baseball, it be the mamas most of the time. The mamas be ready to set it
Turned
off.
up. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
the crazy part is, the younger the kid is, the more parents and people get into it. 5, 6 year old, 4 year old, up to about 11, 12. But for some reason, when they hit teenager, it'd be 10 people in the stands.
Yeah,
It'd be 10 people in the
yeah,
stands.
yeah, yeah. Turn
But for
around
some
and you
reason,
can.
you think little Juju that's 8 is gonna be playing with Tom Brady, even though Tom Brady 45 years old. You think he about to be playing with Tom Brady? No, whatever. I need people to realize. Just look up the stats of people making it to the pros. Like, making it to the pros is like winning the lottery, the Powerball.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
basically what it's like. That's the percentage of you
yeah,
making it to the pros.
yeah. Especially with everybody playing. That's
You
that.
got
Yeah, and
32 teams. You got 32 teams. And how
yeah,
many kids are playing across America?
yeah. That's yeah. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot, man. It's like yeah, it's crazy, man. But yeah, I just say, well, we gotta do better than that, man. And again, my condolences goes out to the Hickman family. The kids that seen such a horrific incident happen.
I don't even know how that team continue to play this season, to be honest with
Yeah, they probably won't. I just hope that that them young kids, they get therapy, and that they really love football or any sport, that they stay engaged and realize that sometimes it's just overreacting and not having your emotional intelligence as a thing that you're actually using and being rational. That's the type of stuff that happens when you are a grown man by age but have boyish tendencies, to realize that you just took somebody's life in front of everybody, but more importantly,
you. A
the
football
kids that
game.
make over a football game. Like, you know, and
What are you proving? What I mean, that's my thing.
that ain't street
You
shit.
shot
That
him
ain't gangster. That's not
and
gangster.
proving what? What? Was somebody gonna call you a real nigga? What?
Definitely not.
That
Definitely not. You
nigga's
could have
not to
killed
be
kids. Yeah,
right.
like
That
you
nigga not to be played with. Like, what is that? What does that count for? Anything? That don't count for shit.
a good
Being a
a
real
good
nigga, being
yeah,
somebody who ain't to be played with. Oh, that nigga with it, man. That nigga about it. That don't mean a crock of shit.
yeah. If he prosecuted and charged, it's a hell of a story to tell. But people gonna be looking at you like that's just not no, that's whole shit.
And and when you
That's
get to
bullshit.
jail,
Like,
and folks find out what happened, they're gonna say, nigga, that's what you in here for? That's
on
what you
your
in here
life,
for, bro?
and then who your brother is? Oh, bro, you probably gonna get whooped every day. Ain't no guns in there. You know what I'm saying? Like that was just whole shit. Like that ain't. But I just again, man, not even get entertained with that, man. Rest in peace to the brother, man. Rise of power.
Yeah.
Oh. prayers for just, everybody involved, dog.
Everybody
And
involved. The
yeah,
parent that's
it's
seen it, the ref that's seen it, the kids that seen it, the grandmama that was out there just watched their grandson play that seen it. Like
just innocent footballers we've
just
always known.
innocent people.
Yeah, don't turn this into a trend, man. Do not, man. But yeah, we can go ahead and close it out on that note, brother.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You got the Supremely
Oh
Black
yeah,
Person
oh
of the Week.
yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be two brothers.
Okay.
Y'all know them. Y'all know these brothers. The brothers from Earn Your Leisure. The Earn Your Leisure podcast. We're gonna make those guys our Supreme Black People of the Week. Rashad Bilal and Troy Millens from Earn Your Leisure. They just had Invest Fest not too long ago. For all those who made it out, man, if you listen to the podcast, drop a note in the comment section. Let us know how it was. But I thought that was big deal, big things for them boys to do that, to get Invest Fest going. I heard it's probably around about 20,000, 22,000 people that was there. And you can go, learn how to, put your money in something and let that seed grow. You listen to their podcast, they talking money, they talking things you can do with your money, talking things you can do with your business to let that money grow while you sleep. And this, that, another. If you're into investing, they'll give you some tips, some things on how to do that. It's free game by listening to Earn Your Leisure. They also got, people that come on there. So they've had Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Hart, other people that, outside of sports, outside of movies, outside of entertainment, things they doing with their money, and they give you tips on how you can do money through things from a small scale. So you don't have to be a millionaire out here making all this buku money just to invest. They give you ideas where you take your $100 to $500, $1,000, and flip that or whatnot. So shout out to Earn Your Leisure. Shout out to them for doing Invest Fest. Shout out to everybody they was giving their game to at Invest Fest, and shout out to their podcast for giving their free game every week.
Yeah, major salute. I know a few people that attended and said it was actually a really great turnout. I definitely plan on trying to get to the next one, depending on if it was where it's located at. But I heard it was really good, man.
Most
Uh,
definitely. I'm gonna have to get to one of them for sure.
yeah, for sure, for sure. And for our Black business of the week, it's Mosby's Diner. It's my boy Tim, man. Major salute, brother. He has a restaurant that is actually in Humboldt, Tennessee. So for my West Tennessee people or Tennessee people that tap in, make sure you go and support the brother. It's a Black-owned business in Humboldt, Tennessee. Provides breakfast and brunch, and I think he does some dinner as well, depending on how late he stays open. I heard the food is actually really well, fire to be exact. I haven't actually the
Busting for the
times that I'm
youngins.
yeah, exactly. Busting for the youngest. I haven't made it into the city to where I can catch them just due to the time that I'm traveling. I'm in and out real quick. But from the people that have had it, said it's actually worth it. So make sure that you tap in. And it's Mosby Diner. You can find them I have them on Facebook, and that's MOSBY_S Diner. So if you're in the area, make sure that you tap in. Brother Tim Mosley, man, keep pushing, keep doing what you need to do to survive out here, but keep leading the generation in the right way, brother. But that's our Black business of the week.
All right. With that being said, for all our kings out there, put your crown on, took that thing to the side, let them know y'all a king. For all our queens out there, put your crown on, took that thing to the side, let them know you are a queen. We are the Supreme Black Podcast, and we out.